Hello everyone and welcome to our show. Today we discuss about creating good online content, high quality content, valuable content, content that will bring results, traffic, sales and anything else because without content you can't go ahead. Without creating content that will provide results, it's hard. So I'm excited to discuss this topic with Luigi Nervo. How are you?
Hi, Anatoly. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, I'm
How
doing
are you?
great. I'm so excited to learn more about creating content because I know about your experience in big publications to create content.
Yeah.
And before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and why you decided to share with us about creating content.
Okay. Well, I start telling you that it's weird for me to this situation because I'm used to talk on the other side of the microphone. So it's a completely new and exciting experience for me. And
Mhm.
about my experience about myself, I'm Luigi Nervo, and I'm Italian, and I've worked with content for all my life and from different sides. I started as a journalist, working with online and print newspapers and radios, and then I moved to digital marketing, working with web agencies, dealing with advertising, website creation, social media, and of course content, a lot of content. And after that, I had worked with big Italian publishing companies, dealing with online magazines about a lot of areas such as automotive, travel, finance, technology, news, sport, and so on. Here I've also learned more about Google Discover, that is a very peculiar channel to use for news magazines. And eventually, in June, yes, I started a new job from another perspective. From the side of a company, I'm working as a digital marketing manager for a company that works in the collectible industry. And here I deal with e-commerce and communication. And I also have my own little personal blog. That is a blog
Mhm.
that I opened years ago to try to test and to share, because content is also sharing. Basically, content is a constant in all my professional life, but not just content. Let me say good content, because it's
Yeah.
what you're talking about today.
Nice, nice. Yeah, love your experience. And I think from my perspective, it's better to cooperate with journalists than copywriters because journalists can learn, spend
Yeah,
time, research to gain all information and create unique content because many copywriters just rewrite. They take content in the top 10 results and create the same content. Okay, online tools can share 100% uniqueness, but it doesn't mean it's 100% uniqueness. It means it's 0% uniqueness because they took the same information, rephrased, changed synonyms, phrases, quotes, and got this number with tools. That's why I respect a lot more journalists because they know how to research, how to provide something new and unique. Can you tell more about your
and
background, foundation, how it helps you to create high quality content, to have this awesome experience in journalism?
yeah, what I like about journalism is that I have to watch an event, to watch something, and understand what I'm watching, and translate it to my audience. I have to understand my audience. For example, now we are talking to an audience of marketers and people that have an experience in this field. I have to think about the audience and to translate something. Sometimes it's something complicated. I remember when I wrote about, for example, scientific journalism, I had to understand what I was watching, what I was hearing, and to translate it in order to make it understandable to the audience. And you have to understand very well what are you watching to make this switch, this translation.
Hmm.
I call it translation because you have to translate something you see into something written or broadcasted. And I love this aspect about reporting and journalism.
Nice, nice. Uh, okay, let's get back to the main topic. Can you tell about creating good content? Because it's hard to measure the quality of content. Someone can think it's high quality, others can think it's low quality. How to find this balance and to know that our content is high quality, because it's subjective. It depends on the audience, on someone who consume this content. From your experience, how to measure it?
Well, quality is important. Also, Google tells us that quality is important. They have quality raters. They have the it expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness to measure quality of content. But essentially, in my opinion, yeah, quality is very important. But a content that became a good content is a content that keep in mind that it has to add value to two actors. One is the audience, the users. You have to add value to users, and second, to add value to your company, because all in all, is your company that that pays your work. So you have to add value to them also.
Yeah.
Think about the user. Think about a user that maybe want an information. A user want to know what's the weather in that city. You have to give him this information, and you have to give him in an easy way to find out. A user wants to an information to travel. Maybe you want to travel to Italy. You want to know more about cities in Italy. I have a page with a list with the content paragraphs of each city of Italy. We have a lot of beautiful cities to visit, and well, you want maybe you are not interested in visiting Rome or Venice. You want to visit Turin. Turin is my city, by the way. Uh, you want to
I'm
visit
interested
Turin.
to see
Okay,
all
you have the
Italy.
list. Yeah. You have the list of the cities. Maybe, but you have paragraphs. You take a lot of time to go to the city that maybe
Mhm.
is in the bottom part of the page. Simply add a table of content. You click on the city, you go straight on the content that you are interested in. You have your information, and you have it right now in an easy way. Um, or other goals or other needs of the users could be maybe an action. You want to buy a pair of shoes. I have in my e-commerce or on Amazon the product page about that pair of shoes. You want some information because you have to know that, because also a product page is a content, by the way.
Mhm.
uh, you you want to know the features of this item, you want an easy way to buy it. The button buy it, and you want to buy it quickly. This is a good content because it gives you what you are looking for quicker, instead from the well, or you can have other goals. You can also want an amusement. You want to watch a movie, a TV series. You go on your platform. You have your content, the content that you're looking for, you are satisfied. You want a comedy about marketing. You search, you find out a sketch on YouTube, you laugh. As a user, you have found the content that you wanted. This is a good content for your perspective. Uh, from the company perspective, you can simply have the conversion goals like sell, subscription to a newsletter maybe, or you can create awareness. If you reach a large audience, you can reach your audience goal, and this is a good content for a company too. So always I try always to keep in mind the user and the company. I had to add
Yeah.
value to them. Then of course I have to use the right channels for delivering the message, the content, the proper way to make the content with the tone of voice, the well, a lot of technicalities that came depending of the channel that you use.
Yeah, love it, love it. I'm interested about you mentioned about users that we need to consider them. Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree. We need to consider, but can you tell how to learn them before creating content? How do I know that this content will be valuable for them? Because I often see when content creators use generic methods. They open the average studies or tools, but each case is different. We can't rely on studies that cover a broad audience, and people are different. Even opening different websites, they have different mindset. Can you tell how to learn my target audience? For example, if I have my own project and I'm going to create content for them, help me to create this content.
Yeah, well, you can have a lot of insights from maybe your social channels, your Google Analytics, Google Search Console. I love this tool because, well, Google Search Console is limited to the traffic on our website, but it gives us a lot of information. Maybe you go to a page, visit Rome. Okay, in this page, I have a lot of information, but I see on Google Search Console that people are looking for what to eat in Rome. Okay, this is a good question. I have written about that. Maybe no, I missed this information. I go right now and add a paragraph about that. Or I have written, but I can write more and more because it's something that people want to know. So I add this information. So Google Search Console give me a lot of information, especially for a blog. Then I also use, well, there are some free tools that are very useful. I'm thinking about people also asked and no, sorry, answer the public and also asked. The first one, people also asked, helped me to find out some topics that I can explore. And it's useful to find out topics related to query. People also ask, so answer the public is related to the auto suggest that you find in the Google box when you are looking for something. The other tool that I like is also asked, also asked.com. I use this it refers to all the people also ask you find out in your result page when you make a search on Google. Before this, okay, so before this live, I've searched, for example, good content to look, okay, what people want to know about good content. I tell you, I have it open here. I tell you what I found, and think always about the audience. You have an audience of professionals, marketers, that wants to create content. So I found out what is the importance of good content. This is a good question. What is a good content and a bad content? Okay, I note it in my Excel, and then I figure out if I can talk about it, if it's consistent in my speech, what are types of content. They also look for where can I find the good content. It's a good question, but it's not related to our audience because I
Mhm.
think that is a reader uh, upset about fake news and other bad contents. I want to know, okay, tell me where I can find a good content. So maybe this is not related to
Mhm.
to our reader. I found
Mhm.
out that people want to know examples, so I give you this example. Uh,
Okay, yeah, I love it, love it.
this is a good out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the question about editing. Can you tell how it's important to edit content? Because, for example, if copywriters or journalists write text, they usually send them to editors who can simplify, improve UX. And I think in journalism, it's a common practice. But if you are talking about website content creation, from my experience, it's a must have. But many website owners still ignore it, neglect, and don't edit content. For example, I don't edit content for social media posts because I have no time with that. I just write, like a few sentences, paragraphs to send to social media. But for website content, if we are going to get traffic, SEO traffic, we need to compete with many other websites. It's better to create the best content. I mean, like and edit. Can you tell about editing? How it's important today to edit content and how to find responsible editors?
Well, I worked with a lot of editors, editors, journalists are very good in their work. They can find the news. They can write it in a original way because SEO editor that is too technical, uh, well, write a content that is equal to thousands of others. The ability of the journalist is to make this content its own content, to make it unique, original, and to add a perspective that is something that it feels, something real. They are also very good in reading the readers, their audience mind, if you want, because and they have it. Maybe I have to use a lot of tools. They have it naturally. They are natural in doing
Mhm.
this, and it's good. Let them be natural.
Mhm.
What they had to know is how to write a structure. For example, in Google Discover, you have a longer title than the typical SEO title. You have, if I remember well, 110 characters, and it's a long title. If you go on Discover with a long title, if you search on Google Discover and you measure the length, is very long. And is
Mhm.
effective because you can add more information and more call to actions. They have to understand these technicalities. They have to understand how to write the structure, the H2 titles, the paragraph, how to use the keywords. They have to understand that they always have to put null text on images. It's important, and it's not always it's is considered, but it's very important. And
Mhm.
well, my job when I worked for publishers was to guide the editors in this way to work and let them well structured contents and then well, journalists can add something by themselves that make this content wow, great.
Yeah, nice, nice, got it. Okay,
Not good, great.
uh, okay, let's talk about considering a specific location. For example, let me share an example. When I was in Italy, I visited three places: Rome, Milan, and Venice, Venice, yeah. And you
Yeah.
know, it's interesting that I found on Rome, people are smiling a lot. You know, they have this positive mindset all the time. In Milan, I can't tell that people are wrong or not. Of course, it depends on their mentality, but they are serious. You know, they're serious and not smiling a lot. I think that's okay. You know, if they have this mentality. What do you think about creating content for specific region or location? How to consider that people are different? For example, let's imagine I create content for Rome. So I need to create more friendly content, considering them that people love it. For Milan, probably it's more serious content without a lot of jokes, just to share some, I don't know, anything more serious, like business content. What do you think about that?
Well, we have a lot of cities. Each cities have its tradition, its food,
Hmm.
its behavior. We have a great variety in Italy, but and a lot of dialects too. In Rome, they have a dialect. All speak Italian, but there
Hmm.
are some words that we say in a city, and we don't say it in another city. We call that thing in another way. Also, when we speak Italian,
Hmm.
for example, in Turin, in my city, we call chewing gum chicles. When I call it in this way, in other cities, they don't understand me or they laugh because it's something that is common only in my city and is in the
Hmm.
common language. But we have the Italian that is wide spoken in all of the countries. So here we can simply use a common language, and for the tone of voice, well, just consider what's the tone of voice of your brand. Consider what emotions you want to deliver. We also have the TV. The TV is national. We have some channels that are national, and we are we have our variety, but we also have something in common that is common in everywhere, in every region.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So
we have the question from
I would like to.
yeah, yeah, the question from Muhammad Ali. Yeah, you know, I think he loves boxing. By the way, we cooperate with this guy. He's awesome. He can help me with creating link building campaigns. Thanks, Muhammad. You know, yeah, sometimes I'm so busy to reply to all requests, but yeah. Okay, we have interesting question. Should we consider audience interest while creating content? Yeah, it's a good question.
Of course. Audience interest is important. Is important. It's also part of the strategy that we use when we build a website. We are building a magazine, maybe. Okay, we have to consider what target we want to attract, we want to reach, and their interests. And um, we have to build a buyer persona. A buyer persona is crucial in the strategy phase. And then we can watch the data. For example, in Google Analytics, you can find a lot of information by interests or segments in market. You can find out a lot about your audience. If you are reaching the audience you want to reach, or maybe it's a different audience, and here you can say, okay, I want to keep this audience that I've reached or I want to change my audience, maybe changing something in my content. So it's related, of course, to your goals and your strategy. But it's
Yeah, yeah,
important. It's very
yeah.
important.
I think I usually consider two things when I create content. The first thing, I want to be myself. I don't create content that are not
Yeah,
related with myself because it hurts my feeling, and I see when content creators give up because of creating content for the sake of having it, because their competitors get success with this content. But if it's not yours, if you can't film videos or write articles that are not related with you, it's hard. It hurts your feeling. It's like hard work. But if you do what you like, it's your hobby. Yeah, you can. You are passionate about that. You can create much better content. So yeah, I agree with that. And the second thing, of course, to consider your audience interest
I,
and
I,
think
tota- I,
what.
tota- I totally agree.
Yeah, and to know what people want to get. So yeah, it's better to combine both. Be yourself and consider audience interest. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, we have the question
Watch us.
about.
We are. uh,
Yeah. Go
no, I,
ahead. Yeah.
I said we are passionate about this topic. So
hmm
the show is better because we are both passionate about this topic. It's the
Yeah.
example.
For me, I often get the question how many times to post, how many articles to write, and in most cases, marketers proclaim you need to create quality, forget about quantity. But it's interesting that I disagree with that. I can explain why. For example, I like to learn from Gary Vee, and he shares think more about quantity than quality, because when you create quantity, you can improve quality step by step as well. You mentioned that you're from Turin. I'm interested. Okay, just reply to this question. Turin or Juventus?
Torino, Torino,
Turin.
Forza
Torino, got
Toro.
it. Got it. Yeah, and I think, for example, when you create quantity, I can't film quality video without having experience, without trying many times, without failing many times, because after filming a video, you can get a little bit experience. The second time, you get a little bit more, and after filming 100 bad videos, you can film some interesting stuff. So I think quantity can help to improve quality. It's the same with writing. Great authors, they usually write every single day 1,000 words. Great book authors, they write in the morning, and they do anything else without writing before achieving this length, like 1,000 words. And it's the same with any content. You need to create quantity to improve quality. Quality is important, I can't deny it,
Yeah.
but quality is subjective. And if you have experience, you can increase your confidence and create really good content. Yeah. Okay, we have the question about multi-language translations. Should the content be localized to the country or just translated? What do you think?
It should be localized, of course, because
hmm
if I speak English
hmm
to British, or I speak English to American, they have very different cultures. I say that in Italy we have a great variety, but
hmm
we have also a common culture, a common language. If you speak English to British and to Americans, they have different accent, but okay, you can pass over this. I don't have a perfect accent, so okay. But there is also this is also a culture matters. You can make examples that Americans understand and British don't understand. Maybe I speak about football with British. They understand something. They understand Manchester City or other things. Football in America, in US, is very different. Is another thing.
Yeah.
So I make an example about about this, they understand totally different things. So you have to localize your content, of course.
Okay, got it.
And
Okay,
don't,
I
and
have
don't
the.
use
Mhm,
automatic translators, because many people do it or use it
mhm.
in the in the first stage, but always consider it in a human way, because it's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah, just edit. I think, yeah,
Yeah.
tools are great to help to translate, to get the context, and yeah, you can localize after that. So yeah, we can use both. I have the question about from your experience, what not to do today, what content creators shouldn't do, but they still do from your experience.
What they do is not considering their audience, of course, writing
Mm-hmm.
only for themselves. You have to understand that when you make a content, you are making this content for someone else that want information, that want to know something. So don't create content only for yourself. Or if you do that, I have my blog. My blog, I made it to test. Okay, the test is for myself. But when I write an article, I write this thinking about another person, someone that want to read it. He have to understand it. So I have to understand the proper language, to evaluate how technical how I can be, how or less or more technical, or use a tone of voice not too boring. I have to consider my audience, because they are our life.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Okay, Luigi, I have the question about learning more. How to learn about creating content? For example, let's imagine you started from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills. It's your first day of creating content. What will you do to learn more about that?
Well, first of all, try it, make mistakes. I have broken my website a lot of time. Then I destroyed it. Then I rebuild it. Make mistakes, because you can make mistake on your website. You can't make mistakes for a client or for your company, because it's a problem in that case. So
Mhm.
try everything, then follow podcasts, YouTube videos, uh, make also there are a lot of good contents, good webinars, also free webinars. If you go on the main services, for example, you go on SEMrush, on Systrix, on other services that are premium tools for SEO, for example. They have a lot of free webinars, and you can learn a lot of stuff from them.
Yeah, yeah, agree. I love learning, and I agree completely that you need to practice as well. You need to act because it's the same to read a book how to play soccer without actually playing. I'm not sure that even if you read 100 books and don't play, if you don't go to the soccer field, take the ball, hit it 1,000 times, I'm not sure it's possible to be a good soccer player, even if you get everything from books, because practice makes miracles, not learning. That's why I like to practice more, to act than learn. Of course,
Yeah.
I learn. I like to get ideas when I read blogs, marketing books. I can get the foundation of skills, very valuable. But in most cases, I act. So yeah, it's more passion about that. Luigi, I have the question about the future. Can you forecast the future? What kind of future are you expecting in content creation field? Because many things are coming, like metaverse, augmented reality. What do you think? What we need to do today to consider this future?
Yeah, you told about metaverse. Metaverse is Facebook is moving in that way. Facebook now is Meta, is moving in that way. But I think a metaverse is something, at least in Italy, because in Italy we came a little after America because everything starts in America and is spreading in the world. Uh, I think that metaverse could be the future, but not the closest future. Um, Now there are the video are spreading a lot. Google likes video, and you can embed a video in your post on maybe on in your blog. Video and audio. Podcast is increasing also. Video and audio are something that are growing very fast, are good in SEO. In fact, you can see the snippet of video for a lot of queries, and
Mhm.
also the podcast. There are a lot of people that are listening podcasts, maybe when they are working, when they are driving, and it's growing very very fast. It's well, it's a radio, an on-demand radio that is something. Is like Netflix is an on-demand broadcaster for movies and TV shows. Podcast is an on-demanding radio, so, and
Mhm.
it's something that is spreading. And well, this is and also automation. But automation, you have to be careful doing automation because human is important. You can automate some kind of information. For example, I in my previous company we had worked for a project in with text automation about the lottery extraction. Is a recursive topic. Um, the people want to know what are the numbers. I have to control if my numbers are the winning numbers. So it's something where the human can't add too much information. The information that the user want is an information that could be automated. Humans should write about something where the human value is very very important, as is a value, a great value.
Yeah, got it, got it. Yeah, Luigi, I have the question about outside of content creation. Can you tell a little bit about promotion? Because, for example, even if you create the best content in the world, valuable, awesome content, high quality, but how do I know that people can find this content? Because any content become obsolete in one day. Yeah, other content is coming, so your competitors are not waiting when your content will provide all results. They create their content. Can you tell about promotion? For example, after creating content, what to do to promote this content to extend the reach?
Well, maybe if you have multiple channels, you can. Now we have this podcast.
Mhm.
We are live on video on YouTube. Um, you can promote this with a post on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on other channels, channels that are the proper channels to deliver this kind of message. I don't share this content on TikTok, for example. You have to choose the right channel and deliver it. Maybe you can say, okay, we are live in half an hour. Watch it, click it and watch it, something like that. You can also use sponsored advertising on Facebook, on Google, and others. And when you start your own channel, for example, at the beginning, you don't have too much audience, but you don't have to give up. Continue to create value, and you reach some point when you're maybe you have the content that you didn't expect, and it explode. You have a lot of new followers, and well, never give up, because and continue to create value. And for promoting, you can use ads or other channels, and you can also use the same content in different channel. We are recording a video on YouTube, then you post it in as a podcast, and you can create a shortcut and put it on Facebook. Um, you can also use multiple channels, and try to acquire new customers also on those channels. And then, well, you can grow in one channel and link all the channels.
Yeah, love it, love it. I agree with you. You don't need to give up at any circumstances because people think many content creators give up. Yeah, I agree with that. Even more, I remember one study that shared people don't record the second episode of podcast because they can't get results from the first one. I don't know, guys, how to get results from the first episode. Of course, if you invite Bill Gates or Elon Musk, yeah, possible because they have their audience to promote your content. But Bill Gates never will go to you, if you have no experience with that. So it takes time to create content and never give up. Just do it. For example, PewDiePie filmed 100 videos to get 285 subscribers. After filming 100 videos, today he has 110 million subscribers. Mr. Beast filmed videos over an year and a half to get first 1,000 subscribers, and today he has more than 100 million subscribers. Because creating content takes time. Don't chase high and fast results. Just be patient. I don't know how to achieve quick results. You need to be passionate about that, and don't wait when somebody will pay money for your activity. For example, I like play tennis. I'm not waiting when someone will pay money for my hobby. It's the same with creating content. Right now, of course, I can monetize, but for me, it's hard to tell how many times I fail, how many times I got nothing, but it's not about failing. It's more about learning how to improve a little bit, how to go ahead, how to achieve high results. So yeah, I agree with you. Luigi, it's a big pleasure to get in my show, to learn from you. You shared a lot of valuable insights. Tell our audience how they can reach out to you, learn more about you, follow you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to me too. And if you want to reach me out, you can search on LinkedIn. My name is Luigi Nervo. Luigi, like Luigi and Mario Bros. Luigi is Luigi, Nervo, Nervo. Or you can find out my website, my blog. It's a small blog that I use, as I said, just to share something. But you can find something interesting, and it's luiginervo.net. And well, write me, because I love sharing and listening. It's important, listening. So write me if you disagree with something, if you agree, if you want to know more about something. Well, it's a pleasure. It's content making, in a good way.
Okay, guys. By the way, you can write to me as well if you disagree with me, because I can't tell that I know everything. I am far away from that. It's impossible. But I know if something works for me, it doesn't mean it works for everyone. So you need to find what works for you, to learn from all content creators and find your way. Thanks again, Luigi. It's a big pleasure. Welcome back anytime. Guys, you can find links to Luigi Nervo LinkedIn profile in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.